we're going to start a recording.
There she is.
There I am. We'll put you up too, but everybody knows you. First of all, guys, welcome and thank you for being patient for a few minutes with me. I appreciate it. Obviously, you guys all know and love Michelle because you're here to support her and hear about what she has going on. And I want to thank you for that. My name's Diane Hochman. That's a picture. I just threw myself up so that you could see, it's nice to see who you're talking to or whatever. I've been in the home business industry for 12 years, started when my kids were little. I had left my job and I forgot that they weren't paying me anymore, Michelle. So I kept spending the money, but they had stopped sending it. So it was problematic because I ran up a year's salary in credit card bills. And then Mr. Visa and Mr. MasterCard started knocking every day and going, hello, we'd like our money back.
Oh, I know. I've known them pretty well. That's funny.
Yeah, they're so friendly. They call all the time. They'll call like early in the morning and late at night because they like you so much. So.
Yes.
So that's how it all began. I was broke, in a lot of debt. I wanted to be home with the kids, and we were getting to a point where I was going to have to look for a job again, and I really didn't want to. And somebody sold me some health and wellness products, and lo and behold, it was from a network marketing company. I didn't know anything about businesses, home businesses, network marketing. I knew nothing. And they invited me down to a meeting, and I thought I was going to, like, Michelle, you had to see me. I thought I was going to, like, a Weight Watchers meeting. We were going to talk about our feelings and why we snack at night, and then we were going to weigh and measure. And I walked in, and it was like this wonderful place, and everybody was happy and smiling, and everybody was rich. So I went, this is cool. I like this. I think I'll do it. So I started with no budget, with no background, with no experience, just a lot of drive and desire, and more than anything, I didn't want to leave my kids, and I didn't want to go back to work. So that's what sustained me. And in the beginning, I was just doing like retail. I was just selling products and making some money. And then I was selling a lot of products and making good money. And then I discovered residual income. And it was the residual income that made me go, wait, this could, really fix my family up. And that's how it all began. So for 6 years, I did a lot of health and wellness stuff. Had great results and a lot of stuff happened. And then the Internet, I started with the Internet early on because I hated the feeling of having to bug people. Okay, I didn't dislike it. I hated it, Michelle. Because after I ran through people that loved me, like you guys, you love Michelle. After I ran through the people that loved me, I got to the point where I was just too chicken to talk to people. So I had to figure out another way, and that's when I started to really study marketing and what's called direct response marketing. You guys, infomercials are direct response. When you get junk mail, we don't get as much as we used to, but years ago we get a lot of junk mail. And now spam, and what we're seeing now is a lot of direct response marketing is even moving onto your cell phones.
Right.
It's very prevalent. I started to realize, hey, Sears was sending my mom a catalog every, year at the exact right times when she was ready to buy, and LL Bean was sending catalogs, and this one was sending coupons, and the supermarket would send you something every week knowing that you were out of food. Why couldn't I take advantage of all of that? And I started to learn about this. So about 6 years ago, social media and like video on the Internet and all this stuff came around, and I was pretty knowledgeable and really took to it like, a fish to water, and people just started wanting to hire me to come in and consult and train them and their teams on how to do all this stuff. And I did that for a long time, right up until last fall. And all of a sudden, I just had the urge to get back into the field and get back into the trenches, because what I was doing was I was training people and teaching classes and consulting, but I couldn't do it with them. So it's like trying to teach swimming from the side of the pool. Okay, kick. It doesn't work that good. Okay, kid, no, you're going to drown that way. Kick the other way. What way should I kick? That way. And so, I mean, I'm a good teacher, and I'm not afraid to say that, as are you, Michelle. But it's a lot easier to teach and work with people when you're in the pool with them than when you're standing on the side. Exactly. So one night at 3 o'clock in the morning, like a psycho, I just went, okay, and I pushed the button, and I got back into the game. And it's been pretty magical. We're going to show you a couple things tonight, show you the possible. I keep forgetting you're from Wayne, New Jersey. Do any of these people live in New Jersey now? Or does everybody
Woo, my mom is in Pequannock, so she's
Pequannock.
right.
I know where it is. I know exactly.
Yes.
I know my New Jersey stuff. My mentor, we used to do a lot of seminars and stuff all through that area. So I was down in that area. Remember on The Sopranos, they had the episode where he goes to the Fountains of Wayne to go shopping?
Oh, totally.
And I like freaked out. I'm like, I know where that is. Yeah, like a moron. So I just looking at your profile, I go, oh, Wayne, I forgot. So, you know, it's been incredible. You know, I've been blessed to become a very top producer with all the different companies that we work with that we're going to show you a little bit about. But I think most importantly, I want to show you a different approach to creating income from home. It's very different than probably what some of you guys have seen. And the reason why we asked you here tonight is because you may be interested, which is cool. I mean, we're not going to turn you away, right? Michelle, like, no, they can't do it. But more than anything, we want you to be aware of what Michelle's doing, because clearly she's a very knowledgeable marketer, and now we're putting into place all her different revenue streams. And she's learned all these different stuff, and she's kind of been doing all this. I don't know how much everybody knows about. Does everybody know about what you've been doing in the background, Michelle?
You know what? A couple people do, and a couple people don't. So it's a good mix. So it'll be good education for everyone to kind of revisit.
Bottom line, Michelle has been running marketing campaigns for some really big names in the background, and doing a lot of marketing and work for some, you know, big names in our industry. You know, you haven't gotten up to working for Madonna yet, or anybody, have you? That I don't know about.
I can't disclose that.
Yeah, okay, it's confidential. There's a, you know, an NDA. Okay, but in any case, she's been doing a lot of this stuff in the background, and she's got a great site and everything else. So when we met, I just looked at her and I went, well, you're a slam dunk. You just have to rearrange a couple of things so that you can have all these different revenue streams. So we asked you here tonight because we're just going to show you some common sense stuff about what Michelle's doing. And then, you know, you may want to learn more, and we'll get that for you, or you may know people. What we want you to do is keep your ears open. This is not going to be the typical, you know, you're my friend, you have to sit through this thing. This is going to be, hey, if you know someone, this could really change their life. It really changed mine, and a lot of people have tried network marketing in home businesses, but because they're being trained that same old way, with a lot of hype and with a lot of silliness, you know, hi, go to the mall and say this script, you know, and it's just awkwardness. So I really teach it from a business perspective. I think people are smart enough to figure this out. It's not that hard. You know, if I could figure it out, I don't think that it's undoable. So let me give you guys a couple of concepts. And if you guys want, Michelle can fill you in more on my background. I don't like to go through all the statistics. I know what I'm doing. Okay, is that enough, Michelle? I mean,
yeah, that's
you
good.
know, I mean, I speak at all the big events, and I'm on the covers of magazines and all this other stuff, and it makes me feel weird. So to even talk about it, but I want you guys to know that, you know, when you're sitting here tonight, you're really in the hands of someone that really has. I've done every facet of this industry inside and out. So when I show you what we're doing, and I show you why I selected the things, and why Michelle selected to work with me, you'll kind of grasp it, I think. So here's the concept, okay? Most people, what they do is when they start a business like this, they're taught a solicitation mechanism, or by the way, I apologize in advance. I'm a horrible typist, but I will put up some words to reinforce.
She's really bad.
I'm really, really, really bad. Okay, like how bad is she? Really bad. They're taught a solicitation model. Now, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, probably still around, you'd see on the front doors of people's houses. I grew up in New York City. You guys grew up in Jersey. You know, people would have no solicitors. Or on the stores, you know, if you'd walk down the main street in town, they have no solicitors, meaning don't come in and bug us. Okay, don't call us, we'll call you. And in this industry, people have been taught a solicitation model, okay? And the solicitation model, of course, for some people it works because they practice and it's, you know, it's doable, but it's kind of awkward. Now, I, on the other hand, teach a supermarket model. What does that mean? I just started to look around, and I thought to myself, you know what? Stores don't jump out on the street and attack you and try to make you buy from them. Except for when you go to the mall in the food court, and there's always that one place that the person needs to give you a sample. You ever had that, Michelle? That we were at the mall the other day, and this lady, like, she wanted to give us chicken really, really, really bad. We're like dodging her. She's like, no, you have to try it. But normally, most stores, you walk into the store as opposed to the person from the store jumping out trying to get you. Okay? Mm-hmm. And in a supermarket, they sell thousands of things, okay, thousands of things. Now, I sell lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of things. I sell everything that my marketplace might like because I'd like to be their supermarket or their Home Depot. And a lot of people get real confused when they hear that because they start to go, well, how can you sell lots of things that's having lots of businesses? A supermarket isn't a lot of businesses. It's just a lot of products in one store. Home Depot isn't a lot of businesses. It's just a lot of products that serve everybody that needs to do some fix-up work, you know. So the concept is really simple. When you go to a supermarket, people walk in the front door. Door. Where am I from? Brooklyn? I am.
Door.
Okay. Door. Where you from? I'm from Brooklyn. Okay. Door. But I live in New England now, so I'm kind of like by Boston, so it's a little different. Okay. Supermarket. People walk in the front door. Okay. Now, depending on who the person is, they're going to go to different places in the supermarket. Okay. If you're a health nut, you're going to the produce and, you know, maybe the granola section. I don't know. If you're a 22-year-old video game playing guy, you're going to the Eatos aisle, Eatos, Fritos, Doritos, and across the way they have soda, you know, to make it easy for you. If you're a new mom, you're going to the diaper aisle, etc. If you're a mom with hungry kids, you're running to the back of the store because you need milk, eggs, and bread, you know. If you're a guy who messed up with his wife, you're in the flower department, you know.
You pretty much just covered our audience. So
there you go. And I didn't even, excellent. It's so, see, but that goes to show you that marketing is predictable. It's a science, so.
Exactly.
So in any case, everybody goes to wherever they want, but then what happens is on the way out, they all go to one place. It's called the cash register, and they all pay. And I said, wait a minute. Years ago, you know, I did grow up in Brooklyn and in New York City, and when I was a kid, all the stores were little. You went to the Avenue, the stores were little. You went in, you told the man what you wanted, and he would bring out, you know, you wanted dresses for your daughter's birthday, and he'd bring out 5 dresses. I want blue dresses. He'd bring out 5 blue dresses. If you were 8 years old, you went to the Buster Brown shoe store, and they'd bring out all the, you know, your mother would say, I want patent leather Mary Janes, whatever. I'm dating myself, Michelle. I'm making myself old. But that's the way stores were. But if you notice over the decades, what's happened is almost all the stores have moved into this superstore format. Now we go shopping. I don't know about what you guys got out in Arizona, but we have this shoe DSW place. Oh, my.
Yeah, we have it too.
Oh, my. It's like heaven. I can try on every pair of shoes in the store. Nobody bugs me. I can try on the high heel slippers with the marabou feathers on them. Yeah. I can try on ridiculous bejeweled heels, and the guys are like, what is she talking about? I can try on
It's like an amusement park for women, you know.
Well, think about it. The guys go down to Home Depot or whatever they're into, or the sporting goods store, and they can poke around and they can pick up bats and they can, you know, whatever they're into. Bottom line is that people don't like to be approached, but they want help when they want it. Okay, right. And this is human nature. That's why all commerce has moved into that direction. That's why bookstores are like that. That's why Walmart is like that. That's why Target. And people are complaining like the little stores are being sucked up by the big boxes. No, they're really not. What's happening is people prefer the other. Psychologically, it's more comfortable for them, and they prefer the other model. Mm-hmm. And as much as we might say we want the little business and we want this and that, the reality is we don't as a society. We want to be comfortable in our environment to shop as we see fit. And so network marketing, the old model, is to go up and approach people or to bring them stuff or to try to sell them the one thing that you have to sell. I want to sell you weight loss shakes. I want to sell you exercise stuff. I want to sell you, pills or juice or whatever everybody's selling. The model that I show everybody is to set yourself up as the Home Depot. Let everybody walk in your front door and sell them what, see, there's my typing, what they want to buy.
Nice.
So, it's always been this way, because when you think about it, even when the stores were little, the guy who owned the store, he had to work really hard to stock what his customers would want. And then as the stores got bigger, they'd bring in more and more variety. Now, Target, literally, I just read an article about this. Target knows, based upon your little scanny card, you know how you get those little scanny cards at all the stores, at the supermarket and stuff, when you scan it to get deals? Target knows so well what you're going to buy, not what you're buying. They literally can tell what you're going to buy, and they started tracking certain purchases and determined that pregnant women who just found out they're pregnant, or sometimes that are about to find out they're pregnant, buy certain things. And they tracked it so closely that they started sending out coupons to people that they knew were either pregnant or about to find out they were pregnant. And what happened was coupons went to the store of this one girl, and of course her father went berserk because he couldn't figure out why she was getting diaper coupons and diaper coupons and this is that. And he went and he tried to sue Target until he found out his daughter was pregnant. That's messed up. That's messed up. So back in the day, it was the little, Mr. Olson down at Olson's, on the Little House on the Prairie, and he tried to figure out what people were going to buy so he didn't have overstock. Now they literally are computer programming and figuring out what you're going to do. Okay?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is anybody who owns a store has to figure out what their people want to buy. So I started doing this years ago manually by myself. What I did was I set up a front door. Whoops. Print door. Okay. In marketing on the internet, we call this a capture page. Okay. And what that means is when people want to come into my store, they put in their name and their email so I can start sending them stuff. You do this all the time on websites, or you even do it in stores. You didn't realize it. Do you notice that they're all asking you for your phone number or your email when you're checking out? My daughter's like buying underwear. They want her email address, to send her more email coupons or whatever, underwear coupons. So they're capturing your identity. Michelle's capturing people's identities. And then what we're doing is we're communicating with the people and showing them stuff that they can buy. We already know what they're interested in based upon the fact that they came to our site. We already know that they're interested in a home business. We already know that they're interested in these things. How do we get them to our site? We teach you all of that. It's really pretty cool. I do it a lot with video marketing. I do it on Facebook. I do it a lot of different ways. How did we meet, Michelle? Did you find me on Facebook or where? Do you know?
I had been following you for a while, just probably one link to another, but I know it had to do with seeing your name on probably one of the MLSP or, something.
What's interesting is Michelle and I actually know a lot of the same people because I did some consulting for a top leader at the company she was working with. So we've crossed paths probably for quite a while. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we communicate and we show them stuff that they can buy. So instead of calling people up and bugging them, or instead of, trying to get your friends to come over for coffee and pulling out the whiteboard and drawing them a diagram, or instead of trying to get them to come to a juice party and shoving juice down their throat, or, making them drink shakes or whatever, the concept is let's get interested people to come into our store, show them things, and let them pick what they want to buy. It works like gangbusters, and what it does is it actually creates lots of revenue streams. Now, if I weren't running late and I had my PowerPoints, which we'll do for any of you guys that, this turns you on, we can do the PowerPoint and show you. But I can show you how quickly the revenue streams add up. because I guess I was a savvy, smart girl, and I knew that if I built a check with one place and all my eggs were in one basket, if something happened to that place, I was in trouble. It could all go away overnight.
Mm-hmm.
But if I built a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of revenue streams, literally today, Michelle, I got 5 checks in the mail that totaled up to just about $2,000 today.
Nice.
My daughter was funny because she was home when the mail came, and she goes, "How much did you get?" Because she laughs because we don't get bills anymore, we get checks. Again, I'm not hyping you. I'm serious. I mean, I could show you documentation just from the PayPal payments. Any given day, there's just commissions are coming in left and right. So what I did was, being a smart girl, and also because the company that I was involved in when I started, the founder of the company died early on in my career. And all of a sudden, one morning, I woke up and a 44-year-old man was dead, the owner of the company. And it was kind of like, whoa, how could that happen? And everything spun out of control, and all the leaders didn't know. These people were making 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I knew people that made $300,000 a month that I was friendly with. And
Wow.
they didn't know if they were going to get paid anymore. They didn't know what was going to happen to the company. They had no idea if somebody was going to come in and buy it and break it up, or whether the company was going to shut down. They had no idea. And I watched grown men cry. And I swore I would never be in that position. I always diversified my revenue streams. I always diversified my income. So I did this all by myself for years. And I figured it out, and I was very successful doing it. But then I came across something called My Lead System Pro. And see, the problem with what I was doing is, as successful as I was, it was complicated to teach it to other people because they had to learn internet stuff, and they had to learn how to put together a website, and they had to learn how to select the revenue streams, and they had to know which ones were good ones and which ones are bad ones, and they had to learn this and that. And there weren't enough hours in the day for me to train people. So what would happen is people would show up and they'd either get it or they didn't. So I was kind of like having to leave behind a lot of people because I couldn't possibly train them all myself. You know, the
Totally
level of
get it.
training. If somebody was pretty, like you, Michelle, you're pretty internet savvy and stuff like that, I could have shown you. But if
Right.
somebody needed more help or was newer, it was too much. I couldn't possibly,
Right.
because I couldn't make enough money while I was showing them, if that makes any sense.
No, you can't exchange time for money. You can't.
Right. And so as much as I wanted to help everybody, it was just physically, I mean, I have a family, I have kids, I got stuff I got to do. So,
Yeah.
and I couldn't make a good living if I was spending hours and hours and hours on end showing someone. So when I came
Yeah.
across My Lead System Pro, well, we'll just pull it up. It was pretty cool. Now, I knew about My Lead System Pro for a little while, but truthfully, I misunderstood what they had in there. I never looked inside. I kind of prejudged at first because I just saw a bunch of people running around the internet screaming like idiots. And so I just looked and I went, okay, they're crazy. I'm not doing that, you know, because I'm an internet snob, Michelle. I'm very snobby. You know, I'm a marketing snob. So when I joined Lead System Pro, and the irony is I joined because I wanted to speak at their event. They had a huge event last fall, and I wanted to speak at it. And so I joined, and I logged in. They gave me a complimentary account because I'm a guru. And I logged in. Serious, true. And I logged in, and I freaked out because when I saw what they had, it has everything somebody needs to run a home business, soup to nuts. So like if you know somebody, like let's say you know a gal, a niece or a friend of a friend or somebody's daughter or somebody who is getting laid off or something like that, and they really want to start a business, and you know that it's, you know, they've tried different things or something. This is something that between Michelle and I, if you recommended it, you'd know that first of all, they'd get everything they need, soup to nuts, and they'd be in really good hands because I'm involved with everybody in the group all the time. Michelle's involved with everybody in the group. And when you look around in here, if any of you guys are looking at, you know, home business, because what we're going to do is give you an overview of the concept, and then if you're interested, we can send you a full presentation on how things work. I'm not going to cover all the intricacies tonight. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to show you the concept and why it's so amazing and why it removes the hype and the baloney that a lot of people are turned off by and turns it into a serious business. But this thing, it takes you right through getting started, a boot camp, and then what I love here is the marketing strategies. We have extensive, top-notch training on every type of internet marketing and offline marketing, by the way, that exists. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube marketing, video marketing, pay-per-click. I don't know if you guys know when you search on the right-hand side, all those little listings or ads, how to run ads online, how to do those banner ads, that are like the pictures you see on the top of pages blinking. A lot of times you see like Las Vegas ads and stuff like that. Everything under the sun, including talking to people, how to get leads, how to talk to strangers on the street, which is not my thing, but they have it in here, how to run classifieds, how to market online in forums. I mean, everything. I am a big old school marketer. I have been to every seminar under the sun. I have bought every course under the sun. This library, and this, by the way, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't even their library, because if you go in here to the library, there's years worth of content and training. It would cost, if you wanted to buy it, Michelle, seriously, realistically, it would probably be a $10,000 course.
Easily.
And I'm not exaggerating, because you just went to a $2,000 seminar. You know what I'm talking about. Your daughter and the incredible thing with her and stuff. You were just at that type of seminar, and they covered part of what's in here. And they're advanced dudes over there that you were with. But so I use this, and I show people how to set up their supermarket. The system shows them how to set up their supermarket. It gives them everything, including the web pages and everything. It's pretty neat, and I won't get too far into it, but just alone in here, somebody can literally be set up in like a half an hour and use any of these professionally built websites. I'll pull one up just so you see. Somebody can set up within a half an hour and be using these types of websites and videos and presentations. And then as people get more advanced, they can customize them and make their own designs and all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty neat. A beginner can use it, and an advanced marketer like myself can use it. We have a little bit of both. So that's Lead System Pro, okay, and that's the first component of our marketing plan. And inside of my Lead System Pro, that is where there's all the products to sell. We sell books, we sell CDs, we sell marketing tools, we sell seminars. I could go on and on, etc. You get it. So the commissions come in from the system itself if somebody else gets started with the system. But it also comes in from selling all these different tools, and the system actually does it for you. It's constantly recommending to people different tools and things. And obviously they only pick, this is top echelon marketing. They only pick the highest quality stuff. They're not selling like, junkie course of the week. Any given, myself, I mean, just to give you an idea, last month I made over $5,000 just with the marketing system. Yeah. Not with the main program, not with all the other stuff, not with these affiliate streams. These streams, I'm not including any of those. Just the marketing system and the products that come from the marketing system, not the outside products. So it would be like just from the supermarket and the store brand products, if that makes any sense. Like if you guys had, like Wall Bombs or something, or Stop and Shop, or I don't know, Albertsons. I don't know what kind of supermarkets y'all have, but just supermarket brand products is yielding me that much. And then all the other things like Betty Crocker and all that, the other brands, they would be extra. So before we go further and I show you the back end, see in marketing, I'm going to ask if everybody has questions in a minute, Michelle, because if you're new to this, it's kind of like, whoa. If you've been trying some stuff, just the idea that you don't have to approach people, that they come to you, that you attract them, and the concept of the supermarket, everybody pretty much understands that, but we want to make sure. But in marketing, what we have is a front end, which is the product you sell up front. Guys, if you look at an infomercial, they're always going to sell you something inexpensive, or they sell you something and they break it down into payments, like the Ron Popeil rotisserie oven. Okay, it's 4 easy payments of $39.95. Now, when you call up or go on the website to order the Ron Popeil rotisserie oven, they have what we call the back end, which is a series of, by the way, if you learn this junk, you can get rich. It's a series of upsells. So they go, you just bought the rotisserie oven. Would you like to upgrade into the bigger size for the family size? It's only this much more. And if you say yes, great, they take your money. If you say no, they go, okay, no problem. Would you like to get the UV gloves? They make your, you put them on your hands and they're like pot holders, but better. And they're only an additional $20. And then you say yes or you say no. And then they offer you the flavor injector that you can inject flavor into your meat. And they're upselling, okay? They're taking a back end. I'm hoping that that's, Michelle, is it clear to you?
Yeah, no, it's totally, it's good. And I've coached a lot of these guys through some of this, and then,
okay, I just want to make sure everybody understands that that's what goes on in sales. Like when you go to the cash register in McDonald's, they go, would you like to supersize that? That's a back end. You came in for a burger and fries. The next thing you know, they have you on a Big Mac, a supersized fries, and a large shake. They've upgraded you. They have a front end. On the sign out front, it said that, burgers are $2 for $1, but when you walked in, they got you on something else. There's a front end and a back end, a series of upsells. That's what this system does for you. And here's what's cool. So before I say here's what's cool, let's see if anybody had a question or if everybody's just following us. Guys, can you either, you can write in the Q&A box if you have a question. I just have to remember how to make that thing work. I'm like such a dork. You're probably better at it than me. I made you an organizer. You can go look at the Q&A. And or if you guys could just quick raise your hand. We only got a couple more minutes to go, but if you could raise your hand and let us know that you follow what we've talked about so far. John is on it. He follows it. Kev follows it. Okay, if a couple of you guys follow it. So this is like serious marketing as opposed to, will you buy my stuff? Will you buy my stuff? Will you buy my stuff? Okay, this is a serious business plan because what happens is the person comes in and they buy something up front, usually something inexpensive. And then what the system does is it shows them all your stuff that you're selling, including your main MLM. So instead of leading with a network marketing company and going around and trying to convince people to join a thing, you're leading with something people want already. And then once they know you and they're comfortable with you, the system starts to expose them to your main MLM. And the MLM becomes another revenue stream. The reality is with the system, you could build more than one MLM, but it's hard to. It's hard to. But everybody talks about wanting residual income. We have 4 kinds of income. There's retail income. That means I make a sale, I make some money. Michelle, I say, here, buy a book, you hand me $30, I make money. Okay?
Yeah.
Leveraged retail income is when somebody else makes a sale and I make money. And what that means is there's lots of programs and different things out there that you can leverage it. You can have a whole force of people selling for you. But in this case, it's a one-time sale. They sell whatever, you make money. Some of these people were involved with Beachbody before?
Correct.
Okay. So in Beachbody, that would be that somebody sells a P90X. They make some money and the upline team makes some money, but it's a one-time sale. There is no monthly on a product like that. Okay, so for those of you that are familiar with that. So retail is you sell something, you make money. Leveraged retail is somebody else sells something and you make money. Then we have residual income. Residual is when you sell something once and you get paid every time the person renews. Could be monthly, could be annually. You guys have insurance on your cars and homes. Every time your insurance policy renews, whoever sold it to you gets paid again. They may not have talked to you. I mean, I haven't talked to my car insurance guy in I don't know how long. He gets paid every time every 6 months he gets paid. It's just over and over and over. That's residual income. And then leveraged residual income, which is the best kind, is when you make money when other people have an auto sale like that and you still get paid. That's what traditional network marketing money is. Okay? And that is very exciting. But the only problem is it takes a while to build that up, and most people either go broke or freak out mentally before they ever get to any significant MLM income. That's why I always led with retail and then learned about leveraged retail. Because this way, I had cash flow every single day. If I have cash flow every day, I can stay alive. And it allows me to expand my business. It allows me to scale it. It allows me to invest in tools or training or advertising, whatever I need. And in the end, when we get into putting people through into the network marketing, the leveraged residual, that money goes in my pocket. So most people try to work only from leveraged residual. When they do, it becomes very overwhelming. They lose their focus. They don't have enough money to keep their business alive. And before you know it, they drown. With this mechanism, what we have is all that income up front, and then on the back, I'm going to show you the company that we're working with. It's called Numis Network. And Michelle can give you a full presentation. But what they do is they sell silver and gold, numismatic coins. What the heck is a numismatic coin? That's what I said. First time I heard that, I was like, what the heck is a numismatic schmumismatic as long as I get rich? That's what I said, literally.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a collectible coin. Guys, what these are, they're coins put out by mints from different countries. U.S., we have Canada, the U.K., Australia. Okay, these are government issued, so it's not like some guy in the basement's making coins and selling them. Government issued coins, and they're collectibles. And what they are is they're sealed in plastic cases. I'll bring some up to show you. And they are designed to be collected. Okay, they are designed to create a legacy for your family, okay? They're not designed to be something that you run down and buy a loaf of bread with. My daughter said that the other day. She was looking through all the coins, Michelle, and she goes, what if I went to the store? I said, well, particularly this coin right here, it's technically $1, but it's worth a lot more than $1. So I said, so don't do that. Yeah. But in any case, they sell the coins and the collectibles and so on. And I'm looking for a big picture of one, which unfortunately I'm not finding one. But in any case, this is about to yell at me and tell me that we can't go here because we're at the corporate site. Guys, here's why it makes so much sense. Here's why I got into it. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, okay, you know, I'm into selling things that people are looking for. I mean, I just explained that whole concept to you. And I haven't ran into a single person that went, gee, I'm looking for some numismatic coins today. Have you met anyone yet, Michelle? That said,
no, not yet. No.
Did you get any numismatics this week? Okay. So it took me a little while because I was looking at it. I was kind of like, because I really liked the people that ran it from a business standpoint and the leadership. But I was kind of like, I don't get it. But then I started to do some calculations, and here's what I figured out. If you've ever been in a network marketing company before, you know that every month you get some product, usually on an auto ship basis. And the auto ship, the people that were involved in Beachbody, was most everybody on an auto ship or no, Michelle?
Yeah.
Were they getting Shakeology? Okay, so Shakeology runs
Mm-hmm.
$100 a month, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So $100 a month. I'm going to be crude for a minute. I hope you all love Michelle enough to let me be crude. And if you drank your shakes, and by the way, I had one of those today, just so you know, because I get them.
I know you did.
Yeah, I did. So, yeah, I'm being healthy. So anyway, and they send them to me, so I'm drinking it. But So if you spend $100 a month on shakes or juice or any of that other stuff, here's the crude part. What happens is at the end of the month, you drink it and you either pee-pee or poo-poo it out. Sorry to be weird. Or it sits on your shelf because you didn't drink it and it just gets moldy and old. Okay. And either way, at the end of the year, you could have built a residual income. Okay, which is good. You could have built income with any of those health and wellness companies. But at the end of the year, what do you have to show for the $1,200 or more that you spent? Nothing. Okay, your product is gone. The, it's gone. It either went through you or it got thrown in the garbage. It's gone. See now, and then the other thing that happens when you work with companies is, generally speaking, you're encouraged to upgrade yourself and buy more product, or maybe more people in your family got on the product. When I was with a health and wellness company, which I still have a distributorship with today and I still earn residual income from, they really encouraged us to have the whole family on the product. So what was happening is, in my household, we were literally spending $500 to $1,000 on product every single month. Okay. Now, was it bad? No, I lost 100 pounds, guys. I'm not knocking it, and I'm really glad I grew up where I did. And I'm very happy and blessed and thankful for all the experience that I had. But my whole family was using every product that we had, and we were spending $500 to $1,000. So let's say you're just spending $100 on an auto ship. At the end of the year, if you were with Numis Network, check this out. It's so crazy. And you got yourself on the Coin of the Month Club. I can't type, Michelle. It's just pathetic. How many different keys can I mess up? How about we stop trying to do that? And you were on the Coin of the Month Club every month for about the same price that you were spending before. You'd get a silver coin. Okay? And you stick it in a drawer. No, you don't. You get a nice case for it. Okay? You don't stick it in a drawer. But you put it away. Okay? At the end of the year, what would you have to show for the auto ship you took? You'd have $1,200 to $2,000 worth of collectible coins sitting there as an asset. Plus, you'd have a residual income from your team. We teach a plan where you're only looking to find 2 people a month. You can do more if you want. If you only got 2 people a month, not only at the end of the year, and if they did it too, and we know not everybody duplicates and this and that, but you'd have about a $5,000 a month income. From this only, guys, not from the marketing system and stuff I taught you about. See, the reason why we want the marketing system up front is because it sorts all the people and gives you cash while you're figuring out who's good and who's a moron. Am I supposed to say that, Michelle? Am I supposed to? Guys, there's morons out there. There's morons out there, okay? Let's straight. There's morons out there. So not only would you have $1,200 or more worth of assets sitting there that could be sold for a rainy day, given to the kids, given to the grandkids. It's safe, and God forbid something happens with the currency, the economy's shaky. Look at Greece, almost went bankrupt. Ireland's in trouble. All these different countries are in trouble. If anything were to happen to our currency, your silver would remain intact and safe. Your silver would still hold its value. The dollar can drop. I even got my mom to stop buying the kids' bonds, and she's buying them silver coins now. Because when I talked to her about it, she just went, this makes sense. It's safe. So you'd have all the assets to show for it, plus you'd have a residual income, plus twice a year, you'd get a vacation. You get a full.
I was going to say, you're going to talk about the vacation. I'm all about the vacation.
Now, this is the reason why we have you here. Quite honestly, Michelle just wants to go to Cancun. She needs your help, okay? Send Michelle to Cancun. Send Michelle to Cancun. If you
send yourself to Cancun, good Lord.
Okay. If you put in 4 people right now, we have 6 weeks left, so it's really not very hard to do. You get all-exclusive resort to Dreams Riviera to Top Notch Resort. I can bring it up. You get to go to Cancun. Okay. If you put in, and then the more people you put in, and we'd help you with it, the more people you put in, the fancier the trip gets. Like you can get ocean view, and you can get a suite, and you can get travel vouchers, and I don't know, we have a pedicure boy or something, a massage girl for the guys or something like that as you move up. So the more you produce, the more you get. But here's what's cool. Every person you put in, You get a $100 bonus right up front. Then you also earn residual income. There's 14 different ways to get paid. Man, I'm an excellent typist. Maybe I should stop now. Okay. And again, so this is what a year looks like with traditional MLM. Most people struggle. They're being taught to make a list of people, go out and bug everybody, and solicit. They spend $1,200 to $2,000 on auto ship, and most people do not recruit very many people at all, and they're getting pretty much nothing. Here at Numis, even if you blew it, you'd still have all your money back. And check this out. We're the only company under the sun that has a 5-year money-back guarantee. At the end of 5 years, if you want to return your coins, you can return them all for the exact amount you paid. They'll give you back all of your money.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
Totally
There's no other, see, because every other company, their stuff goes bad. They will literally, and why can they guarantee that? Because they know that the value will hold. It's either going to hold or go up. The company couldn't guarantee that otherwise. It would be bad. It would be bad. And these guys, by the way, these guys have been around for years and years and years. They're very well known in the industry. One of them was the president and CEO of a very large company before they opened this one up. The other two guys have worked in the background running all the computer systems and everything for multiple companies. They're very well known, very well respected. I'm not doing the traditional like presentation. If you want to see that, we'll send it to you, and then you can learn all about their backgrounds and why they're worth listening to. I just trust them. I just trust them. But I want to give you guys something to think about. We're almost done. For me, for 12 years times 12 months a year, I was spending $500 to $1,000 on product from an MLM. If I had taken that, and by the way, what do I have left from all of that? I think I have a ratty bottle of pills in the cabinet, okay? If I had done the same thing, if I had been with Numis Network all along, and if I had done the same thing, if I had shifted my spending and instead of, you know, going out to dinner one night or this or that, if I had increased and gotten myself some more silver, I'd have 1,296 silver coins. At today's value, you guys are going to die when you see this. They would be worth $150,000 to $200,000. Wow, forget about if I had even recruited and built a residual income. Forget about if I had been successful. Forget about if I had made all the money and all the other stuff. If nothing else, it would have been a savings account, and if I went to turn them in today, that's what I'd have. Now, maybe not in Wayne, New Jersey, but in different parts of the country, that's a house. That's the wedding of your daughter's dreams. That's the cruise around the world and then some. That's a legacy for your kids, your grandchildren. That's redoing your whole house. That's, I mean, I could go on and on and on. So when I look at business, I just look at common sense, okay? I look at profitability. I went cap locks, whatever, and I look at the bottom line. Between My Lead System Pro, which gives you a bunch of revenue streams and every kind of income you need to be stable, and Numis Network, which is not only building up a large residual income, but also a savings base. See, that's the way I feel about it. It's every month somebody's going to spend money in whatever company they're in. This way, they're literally spending money and getting their money back in a different form. We're turning paper money into an asset. There's no risk. You cannot lose. Can I guarantee that you'll make money? No. By FTC law, I can't tell you or even speculate that you'll make money. But I can tell you that you won't lose money, and I can tell you that you'll have a savings, and I can tell you that it's honest, decent people, and it's not hypey, baloney craziness. And I like Mexico. So just before we go, and
I like all of these guys that I want to be in Mexico with, right?
You guys, if you guys came on as a team, Okay, and I can either come back, if you guys talk to Michelle and say, okay, we want to see the exact details, she can either send you videos or I can sit with you guys and go through the exact details. Or you may say, you know what, I trust this woman, I trust Michelle, I'm in. Michelle has learned a lot over, the last year or so. Maybe a little longer, but the people she's working with behind the scenes and what she's learned, this girl has got it going on. What we have here is just crazy. And these are some of the pictures I just got back in January from a cruise. Now, I've been on cruises before, but Numis put me in a suite. This was like concierge level. I mean, it was like there was a person waiting on you every minute of the day. Absolutely first class. But I want to show you something. Yeah, it's a boat. Great, it's water. Yay. I want to show you why this meant so much to me. My oldest daughter, that's her foot, her blister. These are some great buddies from the trip and top marketers and wonderful people. That's our dessert. I look like a wreck. I had a virus all week. I was miserable. But my oldest daughter for years, this is her here. She looks like she's 12, but she's really 18, and she's a freshman in college. She happened to be on winter break when the cruise was going on, so I invited her. And her whole life, she's been mumbling about wanting to swim with the dolphins, wanting to swim with the dolphins. And I have to tell you the truth, in the past, it was always so expensive, and, I couldn't justify it because it was just so darn expensive. And Jillian finally got to go. I mean, look at her face. She finally got to go and swim with her dolphins. And to me, this was everything. I've been on a lot of promotional trips. I've done a lot of things. I've been sent to Paris and Jamaica and here and there, but it was a very special time. And this is what we do. This is the stuff. And this is why I love my business, and it's given me the freedom to give my kids stuff. I don't spoil them, but it's given me the freedom to give my kids stuff that they wouldn't otherwise have. It's given me the ability to be with them and bring them up. And, I mean, Michelle, how can you beat that, of seeing your kid getting their dream?
Yep, that's it. That's what it's all about.
If you guys were to come in as a team, if you all decided you want to do this, Michelle can line you guys up. You all could go. I will do presentations. I could do traditional presentations for strangers, but you guys are Michelle's loved ones, so I don't like doing cheese for family and friends. And not that I do cheese with a traditional presentation, but I can do a traditional presentation. I don't. I don't have it in me. But I can do traditional presentations, but I wanted you to see where she's going and what she's uncovered. I wanted you to see the caliber of, the concepts behind it, and that it's real world business. It's not another one of quote unquote those things. This is a very calibrated business plan designed to create lots of revenue, lots of profitability, to give you operating expense for the business, and it can be done extremely part-time. I have people that are like, I have a guy who's a PhD reproductive science. He does it in 2 hours every other day. Can be run, depending on the scale that somebody wants to run it on. So, yeah. Michelle, go ahead.
The one thing I want to say is that Diane's the real deal. Diane, she's been there. This isn't like, someone knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone. This is it. I'm with Diane right here. And she has done everything.
Michelle, just so you guys can see, this is a cover of a magazine I'm on right now. I've spoken at every event in the industry. I don't tell you that to be like, oh, Diane's so great, but I just want you to know that, I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. I have made it, and now all I want to do is help other people figure this out. And I don't do I went to do that. I want to go to the other thing. I don't do baloney because I think I'm handling people's futures. I take this very serious. I think I'm dealing with mothers who want to be with their babies. I think I'm dealing with parents who are trying to figure out how to send their kids to college. I think I'm dealing with adults who lost their whole retirement to the stock market and they can't figure out how they're going to survive from 60 to 80. And I take that very, very serious. People don't have time to do hype and jump around and, you know, have tambourines and stuff, that some of the stuff that goes on. And people have to be thinking from a business perspective. This covers every angle of business perspective so that their profitability is significant if they follow through. I can't do the work for them, but I can show them what took me 12 years and I don't know how many thousands of dollars figuring out. And the fact that I now have a system that everybody can plug into with my training with the system, and Michelle's very knowledgeable, so I know without a doubt very shortly she's going to be one of the main trainers, no doubt. You know, that's what we're after. We're after giving people that real knowledge so that they're secure. So Michelle, take over and see if there's anything your folks need. I know it's earlier out there, which is good, but your poor mom, it's Jersey.
Yeah, I got a couple of people that are actually back east, so I'm sure they're exhausted. But you know what, I'm just going to say, if anyone's got a question, you know, these are you know, people that know me, and you know, you can feel free to call me at any time, and we'll get together for sure. But you know, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You know, I really believe in this, and I can't even tell you the stuff that I'm seeing happen, so it's pretty amazing.
Last thing before you guys go, if this turns you on, email Michelle tonight and say, send me a presentation on My Lead System Pro and send me a presentation on Numis, so she can get it over to you so you can look at it quick, because we want to get you qualified for the trip and the days are ticking. I think we have like 42 days left, so that's like 6 weeks. 6 times 7 is 42, yeah, 6 weeks. So it's very doable to get qualified. The longer you wait, you know, the harder it will be. You know, we'll be crunching and crunching. So if you want to go, if you want to take advantage of this stuff, and of course, guys, it's springtime. You don't want to wait to get something started until the dead heat of the summer. I mean, we've had some warmth out here on the East Coast, which is very weird this time. It was like 80 degrees today, Michelle, out here.
Yeah, it was cold. It was colder here than there. It's totally weird.
It's weird. But once the dead of the summer comes in, you want to have some momentum before that comes, because it's harder to, you know, people are too busy stuffing their faces with hot dogs and laying around. So you got to get them now while they're all like alive. Not to say that you can't do business over the summer. You can, but it's a lot easier when you have some momentum. And then the last thing, I keep saying it's the last thing, if this isn't something that you're into, please send people Michelle's way. Keep your ears open. Anybody you hear saying they're looking for more money, or they need to, you know, find something, or they're losing their job, or anything like that, hopefully you can hear the sincerity that we have about helping people, so that you know they'll be safe and in good hands if you send them over.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And I can't thank you enough, Diane. I mean, the fact that this woman has even taken some time with us today is just amazing, and I appreciate it very much. It's been a real treat. Thank you so much, Diane.
You're welcome, Michelle. I will see you tomorrow, and everybody else, if you need me, just get Michelle to get her hands on me. We can talk anytime. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting your friend.
Have a great night.
Take care.
Bye.